Okay, hello, this is going to be a tarot reading on Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber. As always, if you hear anything in the background, that's just my dog snoring, so please ignore that. And let's just get into the energy. I'm just pulling on Justin's energy first. He kind of has his head in the clouds a bit too much. Yeah, he has a very kind of, I don't know if dreamy is necessarily the right word, but just kind of seeing things or wanting things to be better than they actually are. This is also a big thing to do with his public image. He really likes the image of a happy marriage, a happy couple, oh, we're great together, you know, everything's fine. He likes that image, and I actually think being married, or kind of the way she treats him as his wife, bolsters his ego quite a lot. His ego he does have a big ego, which I don't think is a surprise to anyone. He has a pretty big ego. And I'm hearing he was very kind of, not necessarily, the word I'm trying to find is not necessarily protected, but the way I'm seeing it is he almost had like a circle around him from a very young age. I'm seeing him in a circle. It's not necessarily him being protected, but it's him being like shielded, almost like his ego, so that his ego and his pride can kind of grow. Like there wasn't anyone to put him in check from a young age. Yeah, and he kind of, okay, all these cards fell out. That circle, also I don't think was truthful with him a lot of the time, which I think is why he is the kind of person who sees things or want things to be better than they actually are, because I feel that's the way this circle was with him. Like they wouldn't tell him the bad things that were going on in the media, in the public about him. They would just they would tell him the good things only. Seven of Cups. That is a card about being unrealistic. So that's basically what I just said. Yeah, he's always had people around him that have lied to him, I'm going to be honest. He's always had people who have lied to him from a relatively young age and told him, like the way I was saying about that circle, they would tell him that certain songs or certain situations were being received better than they actually were by the public. Yeah, it's just the way it is like, it was just people just around him, just bolstering his ego, lying to him to make him feel better, you know, not being like yes men, not really helping him, just being there to say, oh yeah, that's fine, they love that you did that, you know, you're the best, you're this, you're that, and just kind of just not being realistic with him, and that has had long-term consequences in his life, because it's, you know, he's had those people around him from a very young age, so it's affected him in his formative years. There's this weird feeling he has that like the music industry turned on him, or that they've like turned against him, and they don't support him the way they used to. Like, you know, it's once again, this is his ego talking, where it's kind of like, what I'm hearing is roughly like, you know, he was a big star, he made all this money for people, and then when they didn't need him anymore, or he was too much trouble, they decided to turn against him. It's kind of weird that he would think that. I don't particularly think the music industry has turned against him, but yeah, there's this weird kind of, oh, they're all against me kind of energy, if that makes sense. Hailey is not coming up here. Hailey is not, any feelings, any kind of emotions are not coming up here in his energy. Yeah, there's no, he can be quite emotionally detached, in most situations in his life. Once again, I think this is because he was a child star. He had to grow up very quickly. And I just feel like he shuts down a lot of the time. When he doesn't like something, he'll just become completely apathetic in the situation, and just completely detach from entire situations. There's someone here, feels like someone in the music industry. I don't know if it's necessarily a singer or a celebrity though. It feels like someone who works in the music industry, perhaps at like a record label or something. But there's someone there that he has a big issue with. He feels like they really hurt him and betrayed him, and like used him. And yeah, this is weird energy. It's like, yeah, they betrayed me, they went behind my back, they hurt me, but he doesn't like to think about this person showing up, but he does try to avoid thinking about them, because I think his emotions then get a bit out of control. I feel like he likes to rein his emotions in a lot of the time. He likes to control his emotions. He doesn't want to be an emotional person. Potential water sign woman that did this betrayal thing. Could be a water sign man with just feminine energy. Yeah, it was a betrayal. I don't know who this is, but it was quite a betrayal. Once again, this isn't Hailey. She's not coming up here at all. This is just all about him. The truth will come out about this person, though. He is confident of that. He is going to talk about this at some point. He will talk about this. He wants the truth about this person to come out, because this was a big, like, stab in the back. This was a big betrayal. It's clearly something that's still bothering him quite a lot, if that's popped up in his energy out of everything that could have appeared. And he's like, the truth will come out eventually. I'm gonna talk about this eventually. But I don't think he's in a rush to talk about it. That's the thing. I don't think he's not in a rush. Whatever it is, it doesn't feel like it's a new thing that's just happened. It feels like it's a while ago. So his mentality is always like, the truth will come out. I will talk about it at some point, but I'm in no rush. I don't have to do this tomorrow. I don't have to do this next week. I can do this when I want to. I can talk about this when I want to. So yeah, it feels like an interview. It feels like something like that. Kind of more formal than like a social media post. So I think it could be like a sit-down interview type of thing. But whoever that is will be exposed at some point by Justin Bieber. He's just kind of waiting for when it feels right to talk about this person. He wants to feel like it's the right time, and he's ready to talk about that. So let's look at Hailey's energy. Let's see Hailey Bieber. Hailey Bieber's energy. She has, I think she has turned down opportunities, business opportunities in the past because he hasn't wanted her to do it. And her energy is very much like keeping him happy. She wants him to be happy. That's all I'm getting. She loves him. She wants him to be happy. This is why I think I said at the beginning of Justin Bieber's cards, like when I pulled the cards, being married and having her as his wife like boosts his ego. And I think this is why, because she's all about his happiness. She loves him. She really loves him, but she doesn't know if he loves her as much as she loves him. She sacrifices her own happiness a lot of the time for his happiness. I don't know why she does that, but she will be unhappy just to give him what he wants. She really loves him. But like, she loves him, but it's not necessarily the best thing for her, because I don't see her mentally. I think she has low self-worth or low self-esteem or both, because I don't see her mentally feeling very good about herself in this relationship. I mean, she just puts all the effort in and all the work into this relationship. Like, it's funny, in his cards, I didn't see her show up at all. There was nothing about Hailey Bieber that showed up in his cards at all, and her cards are just all about him. And this is why the marriage, and she feeds into his ego, because she is all about him. If people knew how much she gave up to make him happy, or how much she does, how she makes herself feel to make him happy, I think she would be very embarrassed if the world knew just how far she goes in this relationship. I feel really sad for her, actually. Not that she's necessarily sad, but I feel sad for her. It's like she gives up so much of herself and her life and her opportunities for him. And I feel like she might regret that when she's much older. Gonna be honest, I don't know what, I mean, I'm sure there's a financial difference between them because he made so much money when he was younger from his music. I get the feeling that sometimes money can be held over her. Like, oh, you didn't do this, so I'm not going to buy you this. That kind of thing. It's not a very nice kind of energy. I don't feel like this is going to get... I don't feel like the marriage is going to get much better than it is currently. I kind of feel like the way it is now is the way it will be long term, if they stay together. I don't feel great about the way she gets talked to as well. I feel like there is some harsh communication, so we say. Yeah. She just loses a lot of herself in this relationship. I just don't see her being treated very well. I just don't see it. And she emotionally shuts down as well. She emotionally just can't deal with certain things as well. So she does what he does as well. They both emotionally will just disconnect from the situations around them. I mean, also, has there been cheating? Probably has been some cheating. So a few cards to end the reading. There's someone, yeah, see, there's money held over her. There's money held over her. She doesn't do certain things, she doesn't get certain things. There's somebody in her life, though. I don't know if it's her mother or just a family member, but there's someone in her life who encourages her to stand up for herself in certain situations, and who is like, you don't take this, you know, this isn't what's going on here. You need to fight back when you don't like certain situations. You can't just take what someone's saying. When someone says no, you can't just take it. You know, if you feel strongly about something, you need to fight back, even if it starts an argument, because you need to argue back. There's someone here encouraging her to argue when she feels strongly about it. Yeah, that's kind of what I see for Justin Hailey Bieber. Thank you for watching, and that is it.